So my name is Michael Gienger. I'm the pastor of Central United Methodist Church in Galveston, Texas. Central's a weird place. It's kind of this hybrid church start, second campus, revitalization, all mixed into one. Central's a community of misfits. You look around on Sunday morning and you think, like, what do any of these people have in common with each other? We've got med students, UTMB students. We've got homeless people that live in the building next door. We've got surfers. We've got passionate believers and hopeful skeptics. The thing that kind of glues everybody together is this feeling of being marginalized. There are folks that don't fit in other places, and that can be socioeconomic marginalization, it can be racial, ethnic marginalization. What's unique about Central is that we welcome those that feel theologically marginalized too, so those whose beliefs or non-beliefs about God don't fit in other places. We've got a group of agnostics and atheists that sit in the corner every Sunday morning that feel this draw for community, and they just have one theological quibble with us, and that's belief in God. But we'll work on that stuff. But it's they're welcome here. So most churches are still operating with this 1950s mentality of how church works, right? You put the sign out on the county road that says Methodist Church with the arrow and however many miles, and people will just come. It's kind of the Field of Dreams, build it and they will come. And it's not working anymore. This cultural Christianity is still present, but this emphasis on I need to be part of a religious community, I think, is diminishing. And so we hear a lot of the I'm a spiritual person but not religious. And so churches is kind of the center of culture and community is shifting dramatically. And so as we kind of have been reinventing ourselves, we've had to rethink what that looks like. We're doing things that we have a surfing ministry. Every Tuesday we go surfing. It's really the best job in the world. Like, I'm hoping I never get moved. So it's a small group model, and so it's probably 40% central people and 60% periphery people that are, again, in this religious but not spiritual, spiritual but not religious kind of background. And so they do a time of talking on the beach, and then they go surf for 2 hours, and they're building community. And some of them show up here and some of them don't. So we're trying to be out in the community. One of my mentors always said, we don't want to be a church that looks like this, we want to be a church that looks like this. And I don't know how to put that into words, but that's kind of what we're living into. You can sit with us, but to sit at our table, you have to think like we think, and dress like we think, and act like we do, believe the things that we do. And so Central's really pushing back hard against that and saying, what does it mean to be a space where questions aren't just allowed, but are actually welcomed and encouraged? We want to ask really hard questions. We want to welcome those that are different than us. My Old Testament professor used to say, it's not love that's the core Christian value, but it's actually curiosity. Because we can say that we love our neighbors and then make very little effort to get to know them. But curiosity is that driving force that says there's something unique and different about you in your otherness. I want to go explore that, and I want you to meet me there. And so curiosity, asking really good questions, having a childlike faith that isn't, I believe everything that I'm told, but if you've been around children, all they do is ask why. Like, children ask the best questions. And so maybe that's what Jesus was talking about when he said have a childlike faith is, let's ask really good questions. And sometimes we'll have answers, and sometimes we won't, but we trust that somehow, like poking and prodding around in this mystery, God shows up, and there's something beautiful about the process, even when it's not fully resolved. We want to be in mystery. I think it's a healthy place to be. So first, I think this impulse to do canned food drives, probably to do clothing drives, to give money at a distance, we still want to celebrate those things. Those are good. They're easy on-ramps for service, but I think the goal of service is relationship. It's about diving deep. So here at Central, we're wrestling with this right now. And so what I've been telling the congregation is we want to do 2 or 3 things really well. So I don't want to do a canned food drive every month. I don't want to I want to be walking deeply next to the people that we're serving so we can blur this line of us and them. What I've found in my experience is that when we draw this line of us and them, God always shows up on the other side. And so I want to start erasing these lines. First, we have to name them, and that's really painful, and that's a difficult process to recognize where we've drawn lines. But to recognize that God is always found in the other, and the one that I want to hold at a distance, and the one that I want to serve, But maybe I don't want showing up on Sunday morning, or maybe I don't want moving into my neighborhood, or being friends with my kids or whatever. God shows up there. And so this is messy and this is hard, but I want to be where God is.